shade. Open door, open door, open door. It has been a while since I've done any type of SFX makeup. Been about maybe 3 years if you go by my Instagram. Gone through a lot of changes since then. And so I'll talk about that while we do this next video. I see you. Yes, this is Casper. He's one of the changes since then. Hi. I was doing videos from my dorm and then got back home with COVID and everything, had to do school online, and then dealt with some just like toxicity in relationships and some health issues. And now that I got that stuff sorted out, in a better situation, and I kind of want to give it a try again. Not sure how it's gonna go. One of my things is I have POTS, so I might not be able to sit for hours trying to do, oh my goodness, this camera wants to focus on his face so bad. Is this video about you? So I'm not sure if I'll be able to sit for the full 3 hours. This will be a test run to see if this is something I want to keep doing, if I'm able to keep doing it. For a while I went to making jewelry as a hobby, and I'm still doing that. I want to try to do the makeup again and see how that goes, and if I'm able to do it, it'll be a little test for me with my condition and everything, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I had all my supplies like put in a box for the longest time, so we're gonna see if they're still good. I know somehow my liquid latex is still fine. I thought it would be solid by now, but apparently not. So I wanted to do something simple, very, very simple. What we're gonna use is some scar wax. So this one is Graftobane. You know, you can get it on Amazon, or during Halloween season you can get scar wax at what's it called, Spirit Halloween. This I also have Plasto Wax by iMagic Pro. That's another one you can get online as well. So let's see, first thing I'm going to do is get some Vaseline, put some on my hands, makes it a little bit easier. And as you can tell, I already kind of have a base makeup done, since this look is going to take just half the face. So I went ahead and just did a basic face of makeup, because it doesn't have to be anything too complex. I'm going to go ahead and get some of my scar wax using this little spatula. And here's the thing too, I haven't done this for a while, so I'm kind of going in not really reviewing or knowing what I'm doing, so we'll see how this goes. But if I can do it, you can do it. I just fell on the floor. Fun. So I'm just gonna roll it. When you use Vaseline on your hands prior, it makes it easier not just to mold, but to work with. You getting curious now, bud? Yeah, you can't have this. Sorry. So I'm gonna roll it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose a spot. The main goal is to kind of make it kind of like a torn face right here where the nose is, where your nose starts, and we're gonna curve out like this, using the scar wax. So I'm just gonna make it thin, a little bit like that, if you can see, and I'm gonna shape it to where I want it to be. This will take some time to get right. Sometimes scar wax wants to be a pain in the butt, but we'll see how it goes. Since I used the Vaseline, it shouldn't be too bad. Nope, it wants to be a pain in the butt. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna clean my hands and put my hair up because it was not smart to leave it down for this part. The last thing I want is to get this stuff stuck in my hair. All right. scar wax here. I'm gonna do little pieces at a time this time and see if it works any better. So yeah, since the last time I've done any makeup, I graduated with my bachelor's in psychology. Dealt with some health issues, figured out why my heart was pounding all the time and I was nearly fainting a lot. Little note, if a doctor says that it's anxiety constantly, advocate for yourself if you don't think that it is, because I was nearly passing out constantly, having severe panic attack like symptoms to where I'd be sick for hours or even days. You know, GI issues and all types of nervous system issues. Dizziness was a big one. Heart rate going above 120s, 130s. I had to get up to 180, went to the emergency room, and I had a doctor straight up tell me that, oh, you're young, your heart rate can get up to over 200 without having to worry because you're so young. Like, no, that's not right. It took one doctor to literally order one test, the tilt table test, to determine like I had out of control POTS. And it shouldn't be like that. I also had gained like a ton of weight. I had gone from like 125 to almost 230 pounds within a year. They had the audacity to tell me that my sudden weight gain was hormonal. It was deconditioning. It was not eating right. Had to do like multiple different diet plans, which was miserable. And still no answers. And it wasn't until, once again, finding a doctor that listened, that ordered one freaking test, that discovered that I have multiple cysts on my ovaries, which each cyst I had about 13. Well, I have about 13, I still have them. Can't do much about it. Each cyst produced a hell of a ton of testosterone, and that causes insulin resistance and then causes you to gain all this weight suddenly. And it's weight that doesn't budge. No matter how much you diet, no matter how much you exercise, the weight doesn't go anywhere, and it drives you crazy. You think that, you know, you're not doing enough when really you are. So that was reassuring to figure out, and I was put on the semaglutide, which I know stigma around that, but when it's something like this where it's literally weight that you cannot do anything about because of a condition, which I know a lot of people say, oh, I gain weight because of my hormones, or it's water weight or whatever, like, yeah, that can happen, but to an extent. And a lot of times with that stuff, diet change and exercise will help. People just don't always want to put in that work. But when it's something like this, to where it's weight is resistant to exercise, it's resistant to diet change. I'm now down to 150, so that's a ton of weight. What I'm gonna do now is grab a setting powder. This is just a translucent setting powder. This, once again, is by the same company as the Scar Wax, so it's Graftobain. I don't know who fucking... Graftobin. You say that for me, because obviously I'm not saying it correctly. I'm just going to use a setting powder and go over it. This is just going to help everything stay and work with it. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to take the spatula. You can use this or anything equivalent that you can kind of make a indent into the Scar Wax. I'm just kind of going to do a line just drag it in the middle of all this, make a crease. Pretty much what this is going to be. The crease is going to be where we're going to put the blood, pretty much, to make it a little bit creepy. Same thing on the other side. You can do this with the scar wax or without. The scar wax, what it does, it creates that dimension, so it looks like you actually, it gives that effect of having something cut out. Okay, to go for this next part, we're gonna paint this area white. If you can get where we're going here, we're gonna give the illusion that, you know, face is a part, this part's a skeleton. I haven't painted in a long time. It's difficult for me because now my hands start to hurt early on. So I don't know how this is gonna go. It's gonna be a learning experience for both of us. So I've never used this makeup. Oh, it's already coming out. Okay. Can I make this easiest? I think a sponge would be easiest to use. Put some on a sponge. Let's see. I don't know what I was expecting, but it sure as hell was not it being cold and wet. Okay, just gonna dab this around. Obviously you can get white paint anywhere, especially face paint. This is the Spirit of Halloween No Smudge one, and honestly, a lot of times with whites, you have to do multiple layers, and it's one of those things, it's like you go over it and then it disappears and you have to work with it. There seems to be good coverage, so it might not be texturally like satisfying because it's very wet, but so far impressed. My boyfriend's currently deployed, so he's gonna see this and think that I'm having like a mental breakdown while he's gone. Can't laugh because this is drying and it's gonna crack, but dude, can you imagine? He opens YouTube with this and he's like, oh dear god. What is she doing? She's gone mad. Now I'm gonna use the crayon, white crayon. Once again, Spirit Halloween, the OG. Use the white crayon for the lips. Alright, now I'm gonna get just regular paint, face paint. I'm gonna take the black. Actually, I'm gonna take this one. It's an angled brush. Get some black on there. Just gonna outline the jaw right here. Open door. This is what I get for teaching my dog how to talk. Same thing on the other side. Lightly drag it down, almost like creating a little bit of a shadow, if possible. Just very lightly. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna outline just what we have here with the black too. Okay, let's get the nose going. Do a thinner brush just for a little more detail. And about where your crease is up here, you know, and do a little bit of a V. Right there. Now just go with the outline of your nose. You'll see what I'm saying in a second. The outline of the top of your nose. Like that. Add some streaks. I'm creating that shadow effect again. That, like that. So about where your mouth, your lips start. And make a curve close to this first line that we did, like this. And it's gonna go up. Here's gonna be like where your jawbone is. It's gonna go like that, but then curve like this. Just like that. Same thing on the other side. Now this is gonna be the tedious part, is making the teeth. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. You can make them however you like, however big you like. I'm not the best at painting, so we'll see how this goes. Some black. Not the best with teeth, but gets the job done. I'm gonna get another brush. I'm gonna use some black eyeshadow. So, there we go. Black eyeshadow is gonna be easier when it comes to shading, because it's already just lightweight. Got blood, some regular blood. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna need scab blood, just because it'll be easier right now. So, same company. This one's just blood paste. I'm gonna go in with that angled brush again. And blood paste is just like that. It's a paste, so it comes out thicker. What I'm gonna do is just fill in that crease that we made earlier. You can add however much you want. You can add the paste to make it look like chunky. I'm gonna take a sponge and dip it in that blood just a little bit, and just kind of go top. And the sponge gives it that splattered look. I'm going to clean up that bit that dripped lightly. So that's that. If you like this video, like it, subscribe. Maybe I'll do more. Maybe I'll come back to doing this and enjoy it. This wasn't too bad. Now I just gotta spend the time taking it all off. Instagram, TikTok, all the details will be in the comment section down below. My eyes are watering again making this drip, so I better clean this all up. Thank you for watching.